We searched for a man named Jim Sonnett. And the legends folks tell may be true. Most call him gunman and killer. He's my son, who I hardly knew. I raised Jim's boy from the cradle. Till the day he said to me, I have to go find my father. And I reckoned that's how it should be. So we ride, Jim's boy and me. He wasn't even wearing a gun.
He had a deadlier, more vicious weapon, brother. An unrepentant, sin-filled heart.
Does that make reason enough to kill a man in the state of Texas?
The Lord in his all-seeing wisdom and mercy.
Preacher, why don't we just load him on the horse and get him into town? Sheriff will have all this took care of.
His soul burns in eternal hell.
It don't matter much when the word gets said now, does it? Some regular preacher in town can do it. Don't need me or you. $100 is $100. Let's get him in and get him identified official.
For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. You know your scriptures, brother.
That'd be first Psalm. But I ain't no brother to no bounty hunter.
First Psalm it is.
Come on, son.
Grandpa, shoot a man down that way.
Well, you see, that poster gives them all the license their kind needs. Time was, there wasn't law enough to go around. Then there was some excuse for that breed of men. But nowadays, bounty hunters, murderers, living an inch inside the law.
Yeah.
Best put it out of your mind, boy. It's nothing you want to remember anyway.
10, 20, 30... 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100.
Took long enough.
I had to wait for a confirming telegram from Hamlin County.
Where's the paper?
Paper? You mean a receipt?
There is always some kind of paper has to be signed when the sinner is delivered.
I was just getting to that. The form I have to send to the people in Hamilton so's I get the 100 back. Which one of you wants to sign it? Thought you always worked by yourself, Wiley.
I always did.
How'd you come by him? Never figured you was strong on religion.
Religion? I got about as much religion as your dog. But listen, if he wants to call himself a preacher, and if it takes a man now and again to keep him satisfied, well, then I'm as religious as the next man. You ever hear the crusade, Sheriff? The Christians against the infidels?
Nope.
Well, if you had, you know what preacher thinks we are, me and him.
It's bounty hunting, no matter what name you put to it.
It's a living. It's that better one I had before I threw in with him. When it comes to smelling out bounties, that man's got a nose like a possum hound. Well, likely to be seeing you again, Sheriff.
Wiley, them wanted posters ain't always up to date. Now, suppose that telegram had said Ben Harvey'd been cleared of that murder charge. How would you account for riding in here with a dead body strapped across your horse's rump?
Then he'd have just been a poor boy we found along the way, dead. Happens.
Wiley? Leave the door open, too. It smells in here.
Hey, Millard! Millard, have you got a will Sonnett in here? I say, have you got a will Sonnett?
That last table right over there. Mr. Sonnett.
Obliged to you, Parson. Will Sonnett?
Yep.
You're relation to Jim, ain't you?
That's what the telegram says?
Oh, the telegram.
Look, am I supposed to read it, or are you just going to tell it to me?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Sonnett.
Hold on.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Well, Mr. Sonnett, it's been good talking with you. So long, Mr. Moore.
James is in Garvey. It says here, Will Sonnett, Bradleyville, Texas. Glad you told me where you were headed. Letter today from my brother, Cletus. James staying with him until 6:10 stage, Sunday, 12th. Knew you'd want to know your friend, Mrs. Lucy May Kramer. You must have costing you $2.
We got a wire, Paul, right away.
Well, we can't do that. There ain't no telegraph office in Garvey.
Can we make it on time?
Well, with the help of the Almighty and the wind at our backs, we just might.
Good. Here.
Finish that up. Don't leave nothing.
Parson?
I'll be needing to know what was in that telegram. The one you gave Mr. Sonnett.
Oh, I couldn't do that. It ain't that I intend to show any disrespect, Parson. It's just that I ain't allowed to.
Did it have anything to do with Jim Sonnett?
Well, I can't say. You know the rule. Everybody knows the rule. Telegram is like a letter. It's private.
Let me understand you now. Are you putting this rule above your responsibility to your maker?
Well, the company, I'd get myself in...
I'm listening.
Well, I'll show you as soon as I can find it. The manual, it's right here somewhere, you know. It says just like I told you that...
Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and an horrible tempest.
No! No! Mr. Flea, no!
These shall be the portion of their cup. For the righteous Lord loveth righteousness. Just keep him in sight, Wiley. We can give him more lead now it's full daylight.
Why do you keep pestering me with all them questions? I told you I ain't seen but one.
Well, did it look like that bounty hunters?
The same thing. It was back during the war. You see, they clamp on that telescope business. Then they can move the sights up and down according to the distance they're firing.
How about you say you hit that general from, well, near half a mile away?
Of course, the rifle was tied down to steady it. And they've just sort of calculated how much the wind was blowing. It really makes a lot of difference, wind does, when you're trying to make a real long shot.
I know.
How come you know?
You told me often enough.
Hold up.
Whoa. Whoa.
Now climb down, check your horse's feet.
Well, now, what for?
Do like I tell you.
Well, my feet are fine.
I figured they was. I was just buying myself a look behind.
Think somebody's back there?
I've been hearing something back there most of the night. Sounded like maybe a pair of horses, but I didn't see but one just now.
Who'd be following us?
Yeah, that's what I aim to settle. I tell you what. There's a creek up ahead here, about a half mile. As soon as we get around the bend, you hit your horse with both heels. Don't let up till we hit water.
Now, how are we doing for time?
Well, we ain't got none to fritter away, but looks mighty like you're going to see your pappy before the sun goes down. Come on, let's go.
Look at the eyes. You gotta look at the eyes to see the heart, brother. Unrepentant.
Oh, they took to running. I guess we spooked them.
Well, now they know we're after them. Vengeance and wrath.
If they ain't following us, they'll keep right on going when our tracks run out. Otherwise...
The tracks run out.
Mr. Sonnett? Mr. Sonnett, you there?
Right behind you! Get their guns.
No need for guns, Mr. Sonnett. I don't carry one myself.
Let's hear what you got to say.
Well, as I recall, you make some claim to Bible learning. Might be you'll remember these words from Leviticus. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face I shall be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth.
Genesis.
Leviticus.
Genesis 4:14 to be exact.
And maybe you can quote me the rest of the verse.
Could, but it wouldn't tell me what business you got following me and Jeff.
Genesis. All right, Mr. Sonnett. I'll just tell you my business. The rest of it goes like this. a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. If you're as studied up on your law as you are in your good book, you'll know what my rights are.
Well, speaking of the good book, let me see if it's the same one I read from.
And we know he's taken the 610 stage. We've seen the telegram.
But you don't know where.
Grant you that. But the Lord's willing to be lenient, Mr. Sonnett. We guarantee to take your son alive. And if he ain't guilty, the three of you go off your own way, no harm done.
Why is this boy's face crossed off?
He was found guilty. He paid the price for flouting the Lord's way.
He's dead? When?
6 weeks ago.
You know that boy?
Sure. We spent a couple of days at the Tucker place not more than a couple of months ago. Nice folks.
Did you get your reward? Your $50?
No. Didn't get no reward, as I recall.
No, and I'm telling you why. That boy was cleared of that murder charge a long time back. This poster's got to be at least a couple of years old. You gunned down an innocent boy.
Not innocent. I looked into that boy's eyes, and there was guilt there. There was sin. Deep-dyed, unrepentant sin.
What about James Sonnett? Is he guilty too?
I don't prejudge. I'll look him in the eye first. No sinner can hide his evil from me. And if you're a religious man like you say, Mr. Sonnett, you'll let the Almighty judge your son.
The Almighty will judge him in his own good time, as he will me and you. And I don't aim to let you do it for him. Now let's move over to that little clearing there. We got some time to kill.
Near 4 o'clock.
Yep.
You're gonna miss seeing Jim.
What do you want, black or red?
Doesn't make any difference to me.
Won't work, Sonnett.
What won't?
No matter how long you sit, sooner or later you're gonna have to go back to looking for Jim. And when you do, there will be me and Preacher.
Keep your eye on the young one. About ready to make his play.
Grandpa's tougher than I thought he was. Maybe if I got him out of the way, the boy'd come around. Now get up close and keep talking here.
What is it you preach, preacher?
The way of the Lord.
I know, but for who? Baptists, Methodists, Episcopalians, who?
The Almighty.
You said that already. What I'm asking is, what church you claim to represent?
No one church, Mr. Sonnett.
He ain't no preacher, Grandpa.
I'm more than a preacher, boy. The divine hand guideth mine. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish.
Oh, stop right there. I'm mighty sick of hearing you spout scripture. Twisting around the gospel to suit your low-living, murdering ways. No telling how much more damage that you...
Down, Grandpa! I got no gun! I got no gun!
If I was you, I'd get me one. Because when I turn these into the next sheriff I come to, you'll be wanted for the murder of Jeremy Tucker. You just earned yourself your own poster. What name do you go by when you ain't playing preacher?
Neanderthal.
That'd look just fine in big black type. Now you're going to be bait for every bounty hunter in the territory. Ain't there something in this book that ends up like, the hunter shall become as the hunted? Now, when you get on that horse and light out of here, Mr. Toll, you better practice looking back. Because that's what you're going to be doing from now on. Leastwise, we got that wanted business cleared up. There's one less worry for James.
He come near getting killed for something he never did. And that preacher man said...
Well, let it out. What's troubling him?
He said a vagabond and a fugitive on the face of the earth. Well, anyone who finds him shall...
Look, son, quoting chapter and verse don't make a man no taller, stronger, smarter than he is otherwise. You know, it ain't just quoting the Bible that makes a man. It's living it. You want some scripture to stick in your mind? I'll give you some. It's from the Psalms. It goes something like this. He delivereth me from mine enemies. Yea, thou liftest me up above those that rise against me. Thou hast delivered me from the violent man.